There's a misconception that forest level flexible single master operations, or FSMO roles, can only be located in the forest root domain. There's two forest level FSMO roles, the Schema master and the domain naming master. So let me show you that you can transfer them to a child domain in the forest. Not that you'd necessarily want to, but I'm just showing that it's possible. So here I've got Active Directory Domains and Trusts open. I right click on the Active Directory Domains and Trust node. I select Operations Master, and here I've got the domain naming operations master in the forest root domain on server twt.dc1.tailwindtraders.internal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change it so that it's hosted on child DC in the child.tailwindtraders.internal child domain. All I need to do is click change and select yes. Now, I obviously need enterprise admin's permissions to go and do all of this, but that's not a problem. So that operations master is transferred. The other one, Schema master, is a little more complicated because, as you know, you can only manage it if you register the right DLL. So to do that, I open the command prompt and I type reg svr32 schmmgmt.dll. I get a response from a dialog that says DLL register server succeeded, which now means what I can do is I can type the command mmc to open up a Microsoft Management Console, and I can add the Active Directory schema snap-in. This allows me to manage the operations master. The first thing I need to do is I need to connect to the domain controller I want to move the schema master to. So at the moment it's showing me the DCs in the root domain. I select the child domain, and then I select child DC in the child domain. I select OK. I get a warning, well, this isn't the schema master, but I can right click on that Active Directory schema node, select Operations Master, and then select Change, and now the schema master role has been moved onto a domain controller in the child domain. To check all of that, I can run some PowerShell. The first is get AD forest, and then specify location of the schema master, and it says, well, it's on the child DC, and I can run the same command and check the domain naming master, which is also shown to be on the child DC. So if you ever thought you couldn't move your forest level FSMO roles out of the root domain, I've just shown you on Windows Server 2025 and earlier versions of Windows Server, that is an entirely possible operation. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.